Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise is brought to you in partnership with Drive Media and Consulting and their premier sponsors. Subscribe on your favorite streaming platforms and share. If you just found us, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. Denise DiGrigoli has spent her life in the creative industries as an entrepreneur, helping people transform their visions into thriving businesses, working with individuals and teams to find their purpose and live their life vibrantly. On her pod, Denise delivers business intel and life hacks with wit and wisdom in short shots like a strong espresso with a solid sense of humor. Enjoy this episode of Mav's Coffee Clarity, and here's Mav.
Welcome, my friends. You're on Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise. Every week we try to spill the beans on business intel and life hacks that can move you forward. Today I'm coming to you again live from the backyard. It's part of my new protocol for trying to relax and be in the moment in this new decade around the sun. Today I was riddled with a little uncertainty, a small amount, but nonetheless I was going to talk about that. So isn't that a serendipitous occasion that my mic went out? I said, well, let me run down to my office and film it from there. And I thought, you know what? No, I got to kind of put my money where my coffee is. Uncertainty. What does that look like? I was reading a book that my friend Geraldine gave to me on The Power of Possibilities by Mel Schwartz. And he talks about the quantum physics field and how, this and/or thinking that comes from the days of Aristotle may not serve us because we've all sort of been raised in this, if I do this, this, and this, that might happen, or that's supposed to happen. And when that doesn't happen, we get a little irritated, right? We get a little ticked. I was supposed to sit out here with my beautiful mic, clarity, got the trucks going by, the birds singing, positive and negative, but all inclusive, sort of a flow, a funnel. And sometimes we get stuck in this black and white thinking. I'm finding, especially working with some new people coming out of college, perhaps they want everything so identified so they can walk into that role and check all the boxes and do it perfect. Perfect is the enemy of good. And not embracing uncertainty is also that way. So I've been working on, for many years now, allowing, inviting, and releasing. Uncertainty can give us curiosity, can give us a new way to look at things. So, as a serial entrepreneur, I'm constantly reinventing, adding services, deleting services, trying new things. And I remember as a young person coming out of college, I went to interview with Liz Claiborne. I went to FIT. I don't know if you listened to my prior episodes. And if you have, thank you. And if you're new here, hey, welcome. We spill the beans every week, and I hope these ideas and some of the people I interview with their stories help you move forward in whatever you're working on. Anyways, so I'm interviewing with Liz Claiborne, and there is a little tiny bug in my coffee, so I'm just going to take him out and move along. She said, you know what? You're the jack of all trade, master of none. Jack of all trade, master of none. That reverberated through my body like an electrical bolt for many years. So those monkey mind chatters, those automatic negative thoughts, those roadways or riverways in your mind just developed. I'm not good enough. Nobody will ever hire me. Oh my, I've spent all my time being a serial entrepreneur, coming up the leagues with my family, being resourceful in our automotive services business, in my restaurant business, in my graphic design business, in my real estate business. But I'm the master of none, the jack of all trades. Just think about those words. There's a guy on TikTok that analyzes various musicians' lyrics from years ago and the negative connotations and the implications. The jack, is that jackass? The master of what? I'm not even going to say what I would say in a family party. The master of what? No. So It took me a long time to understand that that was her, the interviewer's perception, probably from her point of view, her frame of reference. And even though I could shed hate or disdain or blame, I say no. I learned a lot. One person's opinion or one organization's set of ideals or values does not have to define me. What does have to define me is my core values, my beliefs, and who I want to be in society. And frankly, my friends, those have never changed. I had a great role model in so many family members, particularly my grandmothers, and they would say, you have to do good, you have to keep going, and you have to be a mentor to someone. If you help someone be a success in their lives, that opens the door for you to be a success. So it isn't a quid pro quo. We don't do things to get things. We do things genuine of the heart. And sometimes when you are real genuine of the heart, you let these things in that can bother you. So over the years, I had to redefine myself and fight my own little inner demons. Am I the jack of all trades, master of none? Maybe, but I don't care. I don't care what you think, because as long as I'm out moving, growing, sharing, loving, then in my world, I've checked the boxes. Doesn't mean I want people to, use me as a doormat and take advantage of me. But the uncertainty of that comment really reverberated with me. Instead of embracing it, of course, when you're 22, you don't really know to embrace and shift and rekindle things from a different perspective. So when she said that, it melted me, it withered me. And I sort of was closeted. I'll just take any job because I'm not good enough. Well, certain things in my life, I think sometimes the worst situations give us the most growth. Sometimes, not always, but they certainly give us a fresh perspective. And I've said this before many times on my podcast, we're the sum of our 5 best friends, and we're also the sum of the 5 people we align with at work. And we have to be authentic and true to our voice and be constant lifelong learners. So I went on to continually try to express my creativity. And yes, I had various jobs that probably in the scheme of traditional work wouldn't link up. I went from fashion to graphic design to restauranting, small business. I can't say I made millions back then, but what I can say is I garnered millions of pieces of advice and experiences that helped me shape who I am today. So when I'm talking to my daughter who's out of college and, she's not quite sure where she wants to go, even though she studied legal studies and has a minor in art history, and I could tell her all day to Sunday, 6 days, 7 days a week, hey, look, you've got transferable skills. You've got ways to, put this together. I think we have to allow for uncertainty, and we have to allow for ourselves to grow and make mistakes. Now, Einstein will say, hey, you're doing the same thing repeatedly and you're expecting a different result, then that's just crazy, right? So I often say, I repeat some advice my mother gave to me from the neighbor, Eni. And Eni, who couldn't drive and really had no way of making a living, used to take her weekly stipend from her husband for groceries. That's right, my friends, weekly stipend for groceries. I'm swinging it back to the Bridgerton days right now, if you've been watching that show. And that show on Netflix. So Eni would tell my mother, look, I coupon, I'm thrifty, I buy my kids' clothes at the thrift, I upcycle, I coupon, and she would reserve her funds, like her leftover change, from her husband's stipend. Yeah, just get a grip on that for a second. And through her relentless consistency and trials and tribulations, Eni garnered enough money. I don't know if she put it into the stocks or what she did, but her claim to fame was from her spare change, she put her kids through college. That's resourcefulness in a time of uncertainty. And there's so many stories like this. The other good thing that Eni would say, and I say this to so many of my clients, you're going to make mistakes, and that's cool. Maybe you want to do some documentaries or watch other people or learn from other people's mistakes so you make not those mistakes, but your own mistakes, because we're going to make mistakes. So if we can learn a little bit from other people, as in the case of Mavs Coffee Clarity, because I believe we've all been a maverick for a minute, a moment, a month, or a lifetime. And we have stories to share that can help each other move forward. And life is daily, right? It's kind of like brushing your teeth. You get up every day, you have an opportunity to renew and reset in times of uncertainty. Yes, you can. You don't have to be the richest, the fastest, the smartest, the slowest, whatever these labels are. You have to let them go and embrace the uncertainty and allow, I say allow, invite, and release what doesn't serve you. So in my prior episode, we were talking about we all have the same 1,440 minutes in a day or 24 hours. What can you do to allow uncertainty but not be flogged with sort of the two ugly cousins that can come along with it? The fear of failure and the fear of flopping. Okay, how about if you unsubscribe from emails that you signed up for that don't serve you? In my case, I have like a spam email where I do all my couponing. So J. Crew, Crate and Barrel, these are all great companies. But you know what? I have this gigantic email that's just all these sort of places where I signed up to learn a little bit or receive a little benefit, and now I'm getting spammed. And even though I don't go to that email regularly, it just drives me crazy in the back of my mind because it's something I have to do. So I released it. Goodbye, spam. Go to the things that serve you most. Also, some other emotional distractions can be apps on my phone that don't serve me. Delete, delete, delete. Tried it, didn't work for me. Trying an app that does work for me. Make space for the things that do work for you. And find some sort of creativity that allows you to expand your horizon. What could that be? Now, a lot of people say, oh, I'm not artistically trained like you, Denise. I can't do that. First of all, I can't do is sort of it's such a buzz killer, really. Yes, you can. And everybody's creativity is a hair different, right? The way you dress, the way you spice your food, the choices you make. These are creative decisions that lead to problem solving, that lead to more of an open mind and uncertainty. One of my other friends, who was a mentor, an older artist from the city years ago, she'd say, you go down this path, Denise. If it doesn't work, you're going to take a fork in the road and be okay with that fork in the road. Yesterday is gone. And the greatest thing about it is that it's gone. We can't rewrite our past. And, how many years do we hold on to when we're going through different things in our life? I'm a very nostalgic person. I'm guilty of this myself. Those times were spectacular. Well, those times were spectacular, and some were not so spectacular. So what I like to say to some of my clients that are working on their executive presence or going through job transitions or God forbid, other very serious things in their life, we cannot rewrite the past. It'd be nice. It'd be fabulous if we could rewrite the past, but guess what? We can't rewrite the past. And once we embrace that, we open the door to uncertainty. And uncertainty isn't a dirty word. Uncertainty can be riddled with success and possibilities and plump with opportunities. Or if we consider it a dirty word, it can melt us. Back in the days when I interviewed at Liz Claiborne, that word, it riddled me with insecurities. I'm here to tell you today, we won't say how many decades, I've been telling you that for a while now. I'm here to tell you that when you embrace, did I say that correctly? I was looking at the bird that came over to the water fountain, sorry. When you embrace your uncertainties, you embrace possibilities. So it's a small shift in your thoughts, because your thoughts are just that, and you can change them. As in Louise Hay, the great guru of positive motivation. It's a thought, and a thought can be changed. It's a label, and a label can be changed. Instead of focusing on what we don't want and what we didn't get, let's focus on what we have. Let's focus on where we are. It's a little bit of gratitude. And then as my grandmother would say, pull your boots up, embrace that uncertainty. You have no idea what's planned for you. And when you show up with your real and authentic self, guess what? That's when things start popping, my friends. And does it take a week? I'm going to say no, right? Most businesses took quite some time to be successful. Most businesses fail in the 5-year mark. So there's resiliency, there's creativity, and there's embracing uncertainty. Peace out, my friends. Mav is going to work. I'll talk to you soon. Hey, it's Denise over at Mav's Coffee Clarity. Did you know we offer an insider bi-weekly brew delivered right to your inbox? We don't spam, but listen, it's got great insider tips, life hacks, and business intel you can use, fresh ideas, creative ideas to move forward. Visit DeniseDiGregoli.com and sign up today. I promise we don't sell your data, we don't share your data, we just talk to you via your email. Peace out, my friends. Mav's got to get back to work. I hope you're listening to the Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite pods.